đội tuyển Invictus Gaming và Team Snake. Trận đấu vừa rồi, Team Snake xuất sắc vươn lên dẫn trước với tỷ số 1-0 với những cái màn thi đấu tương đối áp đảo trong đoạn giữa trận đấu của họ.
Bên phía của Snake Esports rõ ràng là không thể nói quá nhiều những cái lời có cánh cho Sofm khi mà tất cả những thành viên như kiểu là Tanh hay là Martin đều có những cái tình huống chơi rất hay, và MVP của trận đấu trước thì dành cho Flandre khi mà anh ta đã liên tục có những tình huống lao ra phía sau và ám sát tất cả những người chơi rookie cũng như là Rain ở một cái phòng tuyến mà không có một ai ngờ tới là anh ta có thể tới, và là một kiểu Echo 3 mạng. Anh ta luôn luôn là người chống chịu tất cả những sát thương và đi đầu trong giao tranh. Vậy nên MVP chắc chắn phải thuộc về anh ta rồi. Lúc này đây chúng ta sẽ tới với những lượt cấm và chọn khi mà nó được hoàn thành. Bên phía của Invictus Gaming họ cấm đi Rek'Sai, Caitlyn và thêm vào đó nữa là con bài Azir có lẽ rằng sẽ không thể nào để hở cho bên phía của Snake có được con bài tủ của cái chàng Tanh này. Phía bên kia thì cấm đi là Vladimir, Rai cũng như là Nearly.
Đến với sự lựa chọn đầu tiên, tôi đúng là có những cơ sở để cho Invictus Gaming buộc lòng phải lấy đi Lucian trước và thậm chí lấy luôn các ma cho cái sự lựa chọn tiếp theo. Ray vẫn là sự lựa chọn được tin dùng bởi Kit khi mà trận đấu trước anh ta cũng không để dù thiệt bao nhiêu trước Sofm cả. Còn đối với Flandre, anh ta tự lựa chọn cho mình một lần nữa là Echo, sự lựa chọn khá đáng tín trong trận đấu trước mà anh ta vừa mới sử dụng, và vẫn là Sofm với Kindred.
Cái anh chàng Rain này mùa giải trước là anh ta là một trong những cái mẫu xạ thủ là chỉ có farm hòa và đợi đồ mà thôi. Những cái con bài mà anh ta thường hay chơi hay chỉ có là Cockmore và thậm chí là Corki thôi, chứ tôi không hay để ý anh ta chơi con bài Lucian này nhiều cho lắm, bởi vì cái chất đánh của anh ta nó không phải là dạng hổ báo giống như kiểu là Martin. Thế nên là tôi nghĩ rằng là cái việc mà chọn đi đó là Lucian cũng như các ma phần nào đó để khắc chế vào cái sự hổ báo tới từ bộ đôi Martin và Jeju đã được thay thế cho Crystal cũng như Ela trong mùa trước. Lúc này đây thì bên phía của Snake đang có một cái bộ đôi cấu rỉa hạng nặng để khắc chế ngược vào con bài các ma, đó chính là Ezreal cũng như là Nami. Đây là một trong những cái con bài mà họ làm rất tốt trong trận đấu gặp C Gaming.
Cái sự lựa chọn Nami này gần đây đang được đem quay ngược trở lại. Nó thực sự là một cái luồng gió rất là tích cực khi mà nó có thể bổ sung thêm cho khả năng giao tranh một cách tương đối ổn bởi bất cứ đội hình nào sở hữu nó. Thêm vào nữa thì trong cái dạng đi đường, một cái điều rất khó khăn đối với Nami đó chính là kỹ năng thủy ngục. Thì bây giờ thậm chí là đôi khi bạn không cần thủy ngục chúng luôn, bởi đối phương đang hơi cơ động chút xíu với tốc độ di chuyển nhanh bởi các mà và thêm cả những cú lướt của Lucian nữa, bạn tăng tối đa cho mình vào cái kỹ năng thủy triều để liên tục có được những tình huống hồi máu lại cho những người đồng đội của mình, đồng thời là tấu diễm máu đối phương để kết hợp thêm với Ezreal. Hồi phục chính là một cách rất tốt để khi bạn đi đối đầu đường với những khả năng cấu diễm máu mạnh mẽ từ Lucian và thêm một các ma nữa. Sự lựa chọn then chốt vẫn đang được đưa ra, vẫn là bộ ba nguyên tử Echo, Kindred và thêm cả Lissandra nữa. Ba cái vòng đặt vòng rất an toàn đến từ Team Snake. Trong khi đó, Invictus Gaming chuyển hướng thi đấu của mình, họ sang cái thể loại là tấn công đơn mục tiêu nhiều hơn với sự lựa chọn đường trên để một phần nào đấy đối đầu tốt hơn với Echo, đó chính là Fiora, và thêm sự lựa chọn đường giữa Rookie với TF. Họ nhận ra rằng một con bài bất kỳ khi không có sử dụng dịch chuyển thì không thể nào mà cơ động bằng so với Lissandra trong những tình huống bay đi của mình được.
Nhưng rõ ràng là nếu mà so sánh về cái độ về cuối game thì rõ ràng là cái con bài Fiora này sẽ không thể nào mà mang lại nhiều những cái hiệu quả như những gì mà Trundle có thể mang lại được. Rõ ràng tại trận đấu này anh ta lộ ra rõ, cả bên phía của Invictus Gaming lộ ra rõ một cái mục tiêu, đó là họ sẽ liên tục chia ra để đẩy lẻ với cái chiêu cuối đến từ thần bài, và thêm vào đó nữa cái khả năng đẩy lẻ tới từ chính Fiora. Nó cũng chính vì vậy nên bên phía của Sofm và những người đồng đội của mình, họ cần phải đưa ra những cái mục tiêu thật là nhanh và làm nó thật là chính xác, nếu không thì họ sẽ bị mất đi những mục tiêu lớn, đó là những trụ và những tầm nhìn ở đường. Và có lẽ rằng chúng ta hãy cùng nhau xem trailer của giải đấu trong giây lát trước khi bước vào màn hình của trận đấu.
Và như vậy là trận đấu thứ hai của chúng ta đã chính thức bắt đầu, quay trở lại với một chủ đề khá hấp dẫn trong trận đấu này. Đó là việc mà Fiora có thể là máu giấy, có thể là hơi bị dễ bị có thể hạ gục trong những pha giao tranh, nhưng có một điều rất hay. Đấy là trong những cái kỳ cứu sinh được tạo ra bởi Kindred thì một vấn đề cực kỳ nổi cộm, đó là Fiora có thể trong tích tắc kích hoạt thành công cả 4 điểm yếu của đối phương, tạo ra một vùng hồi máu khá ấn tượng dành cho anh ta cùng với những người đồng đội của mình.
Trận đấu này thì Flandre sẽ không còn cầm cho mình những chiến đấu nữa khi mà phải đối đầu
Trong những pha giao tranh tạo ra một vùng hồi máu khá ấn tượng dành cho anh ta cùng với những người đồng đội của mình.
Trận đấu này thì Flandre sẽ không còn cầm cho mình những chiến đấu nữa khi mà phải đối đầu
in SOF jungle matchups. And so I actually predict that it's going to be a very similar story. We'll see if SOFM adjusts his gank or his jungle pathing a little bit. So again, going from Krugs immediately into Raptors, we'll see where he goes from after this.
The other question is, of course, that is double teleport here for Rookie. So that Frozen Tomb a little bit more important here for Snake, as Jay-Z taking a lot of damage from Rain. Ebb and Flow will be there to help Jay-Z stay up in health as the Mantry Q comes out, but doesn't quite find the Nami.
Again, Nami in this lane is really just going to offer Ezreal sustain, so he can continue to stay in it a little bit longer. She does have kill pressure. It's very hard to hit the likes of Karma and Lucian with Relentless Pursuit, as well as Karma's speed augment.
Yeah.
But the possibility is there.
One thing that's really, really cool is what Martin and Jay-Z just did there. It was Martin walking right up to Tabe, making sure that that Ebb and Flow did manage to get that extra bounce for the extra damage. Good to see them having that coordinated play towards the bottom side of the map. Oh no! Just ruined that CS for himself. Tank. Struggle.
It should be noted that Kindred does have blue buff and is taking control of Scuttle Crab. It will be a 1v1, however. Kid with the advantage having the red.
Yeah, end of the line, only going to hit once. This red buff now going to be taken here from SOFM after he's headed back to base. Does like to base a little bit earlier than a lot of junglers. Make sure that he gets that clear speed up as much as possible. Machete now done. And a little bit of extra sustain there in the extra potion.
Unfortunately, as he heads back to his side of the jungle, he doesn't have a gank opportunity on top lane. So as he looks to do Krug, Red, and then Crab to try to grab his mark, although his Crab's going to be denied.
Yeah.
His top laner isn't necessarily in position to set him up for a kill on Fiora.
So teleport actually going to come in very deep here for Flandre, as he has himself a Doran's Ring, trying to keep himself ahead in this lane. And he's actually taken Grasp of the Undying this time, instead of the Fervor of Battle that he took last game. We'll see whether that's because he just wants to have a little bit more defensive prowess in this lane, some more sustainability, help him against the Fiora. As you can see, Kid back to farming his jungle, and Rookie not going to have too much added pressure here in this lane, but still massive farm advantage here for the Twisted Fate for this early on.
Yeah. To be expected, though. I mean, Tank is a decent mid laner, but he's not to the same level as Rookie. Probably the best acting mid laner in the LPL right now.
Yeah.
On one of his signature champions, like Twisted Fate. We'll try to keep track of where Rookie might strike with that Destiny. Again, level 5, but typically Twisted Fates will get an initial back in, make sure that they get their Lucidity boots before looking to gank. Speaking of gank.
Yeah, Exhaust going to come out here as SOFM. He's just going to fall in his jungle. First blood goes down for Kid as Tank right underneath here. Doesn't have the Frozen Tomb as he is going to be able to get himself out over this wall. The dive, a little bit uncomfortable here for IG as there's no teleport available from Flandre. You can still see Tank, he has to teleport back to safety. Does get himself out of there, but SOFM, uncharacteristic mistake there from the jungle.
It was a lack of communication from The bot lane for Snake, however, the fact that top 8 got a free roam, like we know that the support has got the initial, or has left the lane, so it should be communicated and followed.
Yeah. Well, certainly wasn't there, as the backs are going to come in from IG. Initial one for Kid, also Rookie who grabs himself some boots. See what else he decides to pick up there at the same time. Catalyst already done for the Twisted Fate. Loaded dice, pretty dang loaded this stage.
Likewise looking for that Roa TF, so a bit more health,
Yeah.
bit tankier.
Only the double Doran's ring here for Tank as he grabs himself some boots as well. He's so far behind in farm. Very, very scary. This is what Rookie does do to a lot of mid laners, though.
The most important thing is the fact that Tank had to burn his TP to get out of that gank, which means that he can't follow up on the initial Destiny. So Snake need to be so passive and controlled in their lanes for at least the next 4 minutes and 30 seconds to 5 minutes.
And so if I'm actually fighting Kid here as Rookie is going to use the Destiny, gets himself right on top of the Kindred. Tabe's over here as well, and once again SOFM singled out and destroyed by IG. Looks like they definitely have a game plan, and so far it's working.
Yeah, and it's just to find this Kindred and delete her. We saw the initial TF ban in Game 1. This time around it goes through, and the Destiny wasn't even really the catalyst there. It was more so just pointing out where SOFM was with it.
Yeah. We'll see whether Snake can actually recover from this. So far, it has equated to a 1,700 gold lead as Flandre is going to be able to lock down Kid. Phase Dive comes in. There's the Claw flash forward from Tank. Frozen Tomb comes in. These junglers are not having a great time as Tank grabs his first kill of the game.
And both junglers are stepping up and just trying to take whatever they can from each other, but it's the mid laners and the top laners that are really becoming the primary benefactors.
Yeah. As you can see, Rain starting to put some pressure onto Martin on the bottom side, but it is still good for Martin.
Much better in terms of keeping up with CS this time around, Rain, so Lucian definitely being the answer for him.
Oh yeah, Martin holding onto the Arcane Shift. There it is. Rain not going to be able to throw out a culling because he doesn't want to risk getting smacked to death by a turret. There's the blue steal, though, coming in from SOFM as he heads confidently over to this Gromp at the same time. Kid out-jungled a little bit at this stage.
It's because he knows that the Destiny isn't available since it was used last time to kill him. So he's using this very tiny window of opportunity where Graves is dead. He hasn't reset his position as quickly as I have, and the Destiny isn't available, so I know that they can't see me. That said, IG, because they have superior control over the bottom side of the map, are just going to trade.
Yeah, so Rookie is going to head over. Pink Ward is going to be discovered. Rookie gets some vision down for himself. SOFM going to head back to base. And as you mentioned, this blue buff most certainly dead. Tabe helping out there at the same time, as Rain has to deal with this bottom lane on his own for the moment.
And it will mean the difference between one mid laner having blue and one jungler having blue. So Tank not getting to meet that.
Yeah, and Tank's still struggling a whole lot in this lane. 26 CS, even further, is going to be that lead as Grand Challenge comes out. So Ty's actually looking for Flandre, but decides just to utilize that added pressure to be able to pick up a minion wave unhindered. He has decided to go for the cull as well, so Zatai more investment banking in this lane for now.
Fiera's going to take much longer to ramp up than an Echo will. Has to expend a lot more gold into those items before she can split push as effectively. Especially in terms of kill potential on Echo. His ability to reset his position with Chrono Break can really cause problems for Fiera's ultimate. He's very slippery, hard to catch.
Oh my goodness, nice bubble lands onto Rain there as Mystic Shot comes down as well. Jay-Z holding his ground here as Rain is going to get exhausted. So does Martin though as the teleport's coming in. Immediately Flandre is going to make his way down as the phase dive comes in. He wants to find the flash, gets on top of Tabe, wants to get any kill that he can. Grasp of the Undying for a little bit of extra work, but unable to find anything onto the bottom lane of IG.
Which means he'll effectively sacrifice a wave in the top lane, possibly pressure on his red buff. So this is what IG pulled the trigger on. TP's been burned, we're taking your buff.
Yeah, SOFM, full vision of exactly what's happening here as he dances forward, picks it up with a smite. My god, SOFM knows how to smite a red buff.
Probably the most important buff to him if we've taken note over all of his games so far and what he prioritizes. Should be noted, though, we talked about this at the earlier part of the game. There's never going to be a point where Ezreal and Nami will have Lucian and Karma pushed underneath their tower. So the teleport plays in the bottom lane are almost entirely dependent on Flandre, whereas last game they were dependent on Tank.
Well, we can see this is a very different game when it comes to advantages just naturally in these lanes. As Flandre is going to be able to make his way back to the turret. Zatai and Kid, some cheeky moves, but look at that, 88 to 74 on the top side of the map. That's a 14 lead for Zatai, but 98 to 69 in the mid lane is just brutal for Tank. As the bubble lands onto Rain. True Shot Barrage, not quite in time there. He has to use the Arcane Shift, gets out of the way of the snare.
Still trying to find these cheeky trades. Should be noted that Martin's still doing a great job keeping up in CS, and there's a flash.
Oh, yeah. Immediately comes out from Rookie.
And he has to be so much more cautious of that simply because he doesn't have the cleanse.
Yeah, exactly. See whether this means that he wants to, you know, fit a QSS into his build somehow. The moment does have that Rod of Ages done. Boots of Swiftness there as well, and he's got a massive lead in this lane. However, that Frozen Tomb is still dangerous no matter what.
This is dangerous. Rookie has his Destiny, and he's hanging around his jungle. So, like, there's no kill pressure for Rookie on top lane. There's no kill pressure for Rookie on bot lane. Snake's laners are just playing so safe. The only kill pressure is actually on Sofm in his own jungle, which is why he has the mark on Twisted Fate, because they want this 2v2.
Well, you can see they're just waiting for Kid to turn up to this red buff right now. Hasn't respawned. Not going to be back for the next little while, as Snake, of course, once again. Vision on enemy red buffs seems to be their priority.
It wasn't necessarily the red buff that was important there. It was the fact that they knew Kid was in that jungle.
Well, there's the Frozen Tomb. SOFM has to flash to close distance onto Rookie. He's trying to Destiny out. Is going to be able to.
The confidence
oh my God.
from Rookie to estimate that correctly and get out with his life. Meanwhile, bottom.
Just ridiculous. The Mantrid Q is going to come out. Martin, True Shot Barrage to come back in. Rain taking a bit of damage back, but Tabe still very, very healthy. And Snake, I mean, that was their win condition. That was their big move in the mid lane, and their big move just was not big enough. However, SOFM still has his ultimate available. Can still help out if anything is going to happen here. And Kid still level disadvantage. There's the Skirmishing Saber actually is going to come down as the ultimate is used from SOFM. Dances over the wall as Kid is going to get bubbled. Jay-Z playing like a beast. Picks up the kill as well onto the Graves. Well deserved. Here is the fishy ladies just going to say, oh, no. Don't want none of this. Back onto the turret.
Here comes Rookie, though.
Yeah, SOFM in this brush is going to be able to dance his way out. As Jay-Z, the one that they wanted. Fish food was there. That is going to be a cancel. Teleport, though. No! Poor Jay-Z. The wave's going to come in, but it's just not going to be enough. Fish food left under the tower.
Yeah, unfortunately, his mid laner doesn't come down to his rescue, so, you know,
He clawed his way back in farm a lot.
I think it's because he didn't have his ultimate available.
Not quite yet.
So Tank doesn't have Frozen Tomb, so he didn't want to risk it. Like, that's the only way that I can think.
Yeah, it felt like they probably just dived both of them.
Yeah, but if he had Frozen Tomb, it's super terrifying to dive Lissandra and Nami, especially when they have their ultimates up, so... Communicated, but unfortunately Jay-Z has to pay the price.
He certainly does. It's going to mean that IG are a kill in the lead. Still 1,500 gold separates these two teams, but that lead has not changed so far. 2-item spike still being looked for here from Martin, who needs another 700-odd gold to complete that Iceborne Gauntlet.
Does mean that Tank's TP kind of waiting on that cooldown. Obviously a little bit shorter, but there will be a small window where Destiny should be up if Rookie wants to pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
The thing to track in this game is when Rookie has these windows and what he does with them. He's been fairly successful so far.
As well, it's still a relative lead here for Zatai towards the top side of the map. Ravenous Hydra is completed. But it's a Spectre's Cowl picked up for Flandre, looking for magic resist first, meaning that he may want to be sort of facing off against Rookie when he decides to head into a side lane.
It could be also respect, not just in your split pushing, but the fact that you expect Rookie to show up in your lane anyway.
Yeah.
Again, he's very slippery, so it's hard for Fiora to really lock him down without Twisted Fate being there.
Well, at the moment, Kid just wandering around, clearing out vision where he can. SOFM to grab another red buff for himself, uncontested this time. Flandre able to sort things out underneath his turret. Phase dive onto Zatai, and IG have started up this Cloud Drake and looks to be theirs as well. Well controlled of the map. Is going to mean Ocean Drake for this split pushing comp, which is a very, very good news story.
Yeah, I do agree with Spawn. We've had this conversation multiple times. Kind of before 25 minutes, Ocean Drake certainly has or should be higher priority. Infernal Drake takes time to stack up. Mountain Drake really isn't only applicable until you're sieging towers or contesting for epic monsters. So the Ocean Drake during this time period is going to be the most useful because it allows your support and jungler to stay out on the map longer to open up more plays in terms of roams and ganks.
Yeah. Well, you can see IG focusing a lot of their vision towards the bottom side of the map. Snake now looking to try and get some pressure here on the top side as this wave is going to be picked up. There's a tie. Back is most certainly going to be stopped as SOFM looking to slow him down. There's the grand challenge onto SOFM as the wave comes out. In goes Tank. Zatai, really brilliant riposte is going to come in as there's a Frozen Tomb. Rookie coming in with the Destiny, though. Massive wildcard damage comes out as he's slowed down. Tank is so low. Tabe picks it up with the empowered Q, and Martin in so much. Oh my god, no! Wrong way! As Flandre now looking for Tabe. Phase dive is not going to be quite enough as he does just ult himself back down to the bottom lane. Culling comes out. But it's not going to find Jay-Z, in a disaster for Snake.
And that's kind of the team fight that Snake was trying to move to avoid, and what the bringing on of SOFM should have alleviated is kind of these mismatched synergy issues. The fact that Martin, arcane shifts off of the Kindred ultimate, that no one's communicating, that Tabe's coming from the flank, that he's looking for that flash Q.
Bit of a disaster here as Rain going to grab himself the second turret of the game. IG opening up the map on their side, on their terms. This time around, a very different game to game number one so far. Snake are going to have to try very hard to find their way back in, but this is IG's playground. This is what they love. Getting this split push. The Twisted Fate for Rookie. Just expertly knows where he needs to be on Summoner's Rift.
That Twisted Fate ban in game number one certainly looking like a priority now. If this goes to game three, I can't imagine Rookie would get his hands on it again. So now we see a bit of a duel in the bot.
Yeah, Grand Challenge comes in. Flandre not going to be able to find the stun there as the riposte was going to lock him down. Flashes his way out. Ultimate traded for a flash. Definitely worth it here for Zatai.
So now we're kind of back to farming. Should be noted that Tank has his TP back up as his flash will be back up before Rookies, so there will be kill pressure for Lissandra on Twisted Fate, at least again like these small windows. And speaking of kill pressure on TF.
Yeah, they're looking for it. Gold card comes in. Frozen Tomb is going to be available as Wolf's Bite is there as well. Rookie's going to die. Wave comes down. No one finds it. As IG looking to try and get something back. It's actually the wave that really saved Snake there because no member of IG could walk through.
Again, Nami is vastly underrated for her ability to disengage right now, especially in so many compositions that are reliant on kite.
Yeah.
Definitely think that she has a place in the meta.
Well, Martin looking to try and get some damage down to this turret, but Zatai arrives just in time. Not going to be able to dive this Fiora as well. Another difficult champion to really get at underneath that turret. As Rookie does have teleport if he wants to make it back to lane quickly. Maybe wanting to look at that to make plays around this map. See Rain going to be facing up against Flandre here, who dashes in. Culling comes down. Flandre looks like he's looking for an ultimate, to be perfectly honest with you, but is going to use it just now. And we'll see whether Rain is going to be able to survive this as he gets the passive, but oh, piercing light, not enough. FaZe dives his way over. Flandre lucky to be alive.
But this is disastrous for Snake right now. Flandre can't 1v1 either Zatai or Rain.
He doesn't have any armor. It's crazy.
Poor itemization choices definitely coming in to burn him mean that Snake are pretty much at IG's mercy for how they want to move around the map.
Well, once again, Tank looking for something. Does have the Frozen Tomb as Tabe right up amongst it. Nice Q damage out from Tank as well, utilizing this. Collateral damage flies through, but Snake pretty tanky right now.
Again, still has his ultimate. That's the big key thing here.
Yeah, very patient is Tank. How to use this. You can see Rookie on your screen bottom left. Intently playing right now. No smile on the face. Taking this game very seriously.
It's effectively third versus fourth right now for the group.
Yeah, this is the decider for the middle of the pack. Rain having a better game.
Should also speak to things to come as Flandre now in trouble on top.
Yeah, Parallel Convergence is going to come down. Not going to find any of the stuns, though, as he doesn't have the ultimate available. And there's the grand challenge. Rain, though, he's exhausted. He's destroyed as SOFM's launching his way around. Kid's going to die as well underneath this turret, and they will transition this into taking down this outer. Manfred Q not going to be quite enough. So, trading top laner for 2 kills in mid.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, though, is that on Snake's proactive play, again, they see that the resources go top lane with the Destiny, Flandre, a sacrifice. They get the outer mid tower where there's no objective taken for IG on the top side. It's just the kill gold.
It's looking like SOFM still has his head well and truly in this game after really getting singled out in the early stages. Can be difficult for players that have only just made it into a league if they do get a lot of extra attention.
Not just players that have only just made it into a league. How young SOFM
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
So he played professionally when he was 14, and then obviously being underage, was forced to wait until he was of age. He's now just 17, just qualified himself, and immediately in a professional league. And a professional league of the size of the LPL with kind of the roster that they have on jungle talent. So to keep his cool, to keep his experience when he's facing in a league across the likes of MLXG, Dandy, Clearlove, Condi.
Terrifying.
Really impressive. Again, so young.
There's also the fact that the reason he was banned as well, he won a tournament, I believe, when he was about 14, 15. And then they found out how old he was, and they were like, come on, man. Can't be playing right now.
The fact that this guy comes from a wild card region.
Yeah.
And is performing so beautifully in a top 5 region, as we do have a bit of a objective trade here. So Ocean Drake drops.
Yep, Ocean Drake going to go to Kid. In a turret, is going to be contested.
Should be noted that's
IG.
2 Ocean Drakes for the side of IG. We talked about how this
No, Ocean Drake and a Cloud Drake.
Oh, it wasn't an Ocean Drake. It was just a lonely Cloud. Now I'm disappointed.
Is going to come in next.
God damn you, Cloud Drake.
Yeah, I know. Gets you every time, Proskeren, I know. Linker. That weird accent, stuff like that, you know. SOFM. Now trying to get some vision control around this area, but it's 6 minutes until that dragon's relevant again. Smartin just trying to find himself some farm, but he's hit his 2-item spike. This Ezreal is most certainly going to be useful moving into this game.
He's a facilitator.
Yeah.
He builds his utility. It's cool. He also gets to use his True Shot Barrage as vision. I bet you wish you didn't Arcane Shift over that wall.
Well, SOFM is going to find Kid here as tank. There's the Frozen Tomb. Kid is super dead. Martin picks up the kill with his next Arcane Shift as Rookie Destiny. Oh, teleport actually towards the top side of the map as IG. They just want to trade.
Immediately reset their position here. Nami will not be enough.
Yeah, well, Flandre, he's heading back as well. Martin wants to be able to grab this outer turret. And Snake splitting their resources, knowing that they are going to lose this inner turret. And Flandre will be enough.
This is what IG are good at. It's when they get to play this split push with the Twisted Fate as well as X carry top laner, Trundle or Fiora mostly. And just start causing havoc for teams around maps.
Oh, Tank doesn't have that claw anymore. There's a tie. Not going to dive underneath this turret. Grand Challenge is, of course, down under Tank as he's waiting underneath the turret now. Ultimate, not available. Oh, this damage. Uses the Zhonya's Hourglass that he thankfully already has built up. Rookie tanking a bunch of turret shots. SOFM moving out of the way of Karma.
I feel like there's actually a draft error coming out of here for Snake, so I do like Ezreal in the current meta. Again, builds utility, has vision with his True Shot Barrage and checking objectives, can kite and do damage while he's kiting. But Sivir would have been so excellent in this composition simply because you're facing across from Twisted Fate as well as Fiora. You know that split push will come into effect, and having that stable wave clear would be such a strong option for them. Because right now their only wave clear is effectively Lissandra, and she doesn't have safe wave clear. She throws Q, she throws E, but it's really that W to kind of make it an all-in-one complete package.
I do like exactly what Martin was using Ezreal for just there, though. True Shot Barrage is into side lanes to
Trimming
keep control
waves.
of waves here. And it's something to talk about. As Snake setting up for this inner turret. SOFM looking for the flanking play. So maybe able to make it underneath this turret. Rookie flashing immediately as the inner turret now taking the full brunt of the Snake force. Parallel Convergence comes in to prevent a dive onto the team, but you can see that's taken a lot of damage now.
Eventually, though, someone's going to have to respond to Fiora in the top lane, and Flandre still does not have his armor. He's got his Iceborne Gauntlet, so he has a single, cloth armor in his build path?
2. Oh, wait, no. Yeah,
No,
single
the other
core
one's a
farm.
mana
He's
crystal.
got nothing. Yep, you're right.
Which means that this is still going to be a scary situation until he gets beefier and he's able to actually stand 1v1 across from her, either stop her or...
At least now maybe can kite a little bit using the extra slow. But I'm clutching at straws for Oscarin.
He definitely can kite around from her, but it's just a matter of time before Zatai continuously bullies him out of that lane and starts to take bigger and greater advantages for IG.
Oh, Sofm being a little bit quiet of late. 22 CS is going to be the lead in the jungle.
Why does he have a... I'm still looking at Flandre's build, and I'm like, you're facing across from Fiora, Graves, and Lucian.
Likes the CDR. Not sure. But Zatai now going to start off on the bottom side of the map, continuing his farm train. His Snake utilize the fact that he's very far up. They've got some time. Sofm continuing to have dominance over this jungle.
Trying to siege onto mid tower. Threatening with the dive potential with the Glacial Claw. It's something that people overlook with Lissandra is her dive threat, or her siege threat is actually quite capable simply because of her dive threat. IG, we talked about how Snake don't necessarily have the greatest stable wave clear. Well, IG don't really have it either. They've got wild cards as well as red card, and then they have the culling.
Yeah, thankfully, I guess the one thing that we can look at here for Snake as far as combating this 1-3-1 is the fact that if they do have a man advantage, it's very easy to start a fight. You just press E on Lissandra and go and kill people, or take down a turret, like we just saw.
Have to be respectful of Tabe, though.
Yeah.
So I agree with you that they definitely have options to start fights. I think they're a bit more reliant on flanking plays, though, simply because they are looking across from a Karma, like a front-to-back composition. You shouldn't be able to walk up on Karma.
We'll see how they go. Martin clearing out the mid lane. Tank going to help out here as well. We'll see where Snake decide to go. Once again, Zatai going to be backing. 40 CS going to be the lead, as it is at least the Warden's Mail now done for Flandre. Looking for Randuin's as item number 3.
Martin continuing to trim these side waves. Thank you, spectator.
Yeah, would have really liked to have got that cannon creep, but never mind.
It
Beggars can't be choosers.
is continuing to funnel CS, however, into Fiora. She's going to be the primary benefactor of all of these allocated side lanes. Tabe.
Oh,
Hello,
God.
team?
Yeah, precisely. Dragon is going to fall down here as IG positioning around the Baron. That's a Mountain Drake, though, so we've got a Cloud and an Ocean Drake on IG, but Snake making sure they're in exactly the right position for the Mountain Drake that does come out, meaning that their Siege going to be that little bit more powerful, as well as their Baron take, which is huge for a Kindred comp.
Yep. Again, since we're past kind of that 25-minute mark and it makes sieging towers much more relevant, the Mountain Dragon's going to be the most important one on the map.
Bubble flies through JZ, wanting to make sure he doesn't get caught out like he was doing basically the entire game last time.
Here we go, though. Both side lanes pressuring. Rookie and Zatai in position.
Yeah, Rookie, where are you going, good sir? Waiting for someone to make his way over. Destiny has been popped. Snake completely known as he destinies towards the mid lane. It looks like they might be able to grab this turret. Zatai taking a bit of damage here from Flandre, who does have that Randuin's Omen now completed. True Shot Barrage flies through as Rookie's trying to take this one down, but double teleports coming in. Multiple different flanks here from Snake. As Rain could be in trouble. The flash forward, massive Ring of Frost as Rain is going to fall down. Sofm grabs that kill. Tabe's going to die as well as 2 quick ones for Snake. As Kid also in trouble off the back line. Zatai starting up the blue buff.
Okay.
We'll see what they can get from this.
We have to quickly cover this. So what Rookie was trying to do is he was trying to pull them top lane so he can get a superior position on mid lane, take the tower for free. Snake answer with a brilliant double teleport. Problem is now they rush to Baron, but IG know, okay, you're going to take Baron, we're going to take your bottom inhibitor. So they need to do this quickly and get back in position. Thankfully, IG don't have a sizable enough wave behind them, so it's just inner turret traded for Baron. Snake come out on top, but that was very quick decision-making from both teams.
Damn right it was. And Snake now, for the first time this game, have a gold lead.
Woo, that was close. I was like, Rookie, he's pulling the high top. He's looking for the Splinter Cell. He's trying to get underneath the waves. He uses his Destiny to pop to see that Snake are collapsing on them. Repositions mid. Tries to take tower. They're like, oh, man. Throw that gamble. Gauntlet down. Double TP flank.
Yeah, gonna have to repeat that Ghost Recon mission, I think.
Woo!
As SOFM spotted out here by Kid, as he's just still going to hang around. Smoke screen goes in. Rain wants to be delivered this rep off. Looks like just some cheeky Krug's going to be taken as True Shot Barrage is going to nail Kid in the face.
So important, though, that Snake now have this Baron. They need to start running away with this simply because the Baron up creeps will help slow down what IG's composition is good at, which you can see that. It's a tie in the top lane, being that obnoxious Fiora that we expected him to be. Someone needs to respond. They don't have TP. It's going to be Empowered Recall of Flandre.
Yeah, Flandre going to head back to base. Zatai. See whether he can actually get some decent work done here as the Parallel Convergence comes down. Zatai does have Riposte, but doesn't use it. So Flandre is able to clear out this minion wave quite nicely, but Snake can no longer continue sieging that inner turret. Inners on both top and bottom lanes going to be important to lock down as SOFM looking for part of his jungle. Misses. Oh, we didn't see that, so it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He's new.
Yeah.
You get one.
Blade the Ruin King is there for Martin. And that's actually on Elixir of Wrath completed up for SOFM, who also has that QSS in his back pocket. Doesn't want to get gold carded. Wants to make sure he can ult whenever he wants to. Very important for control of teamfights. And I mean, that's what's going to win Snake this game. It's decisive moves around this map.
Oh, it has to be.
And teamfight prowess.
Especially, I mean, effectively, it's what both these compositions come down to. I mean, IG's comp is about being decisive around the map and making the most out of your blue card and out of your Fiora.
Yeah.
And Snake just need to make sure that when they pull the trigger, because they get one chance, they have a much smaller window of error due to the TP cooldowns being less than Destiny, that it has to be the right call every single time. Failing on those TPs open up so much room for IG to run them over.
Well, at the moment, Snake playing this one quite nicely, able to take themselves the inner turret very, very easily. As Zatai looking for the Bloodthirster as item number 4. Spirit Visage done, Merc Tread's done. Now has that extra flat AD. So the split push, all he wants this stage on the Fiora. 1-0-0, definitely a quiet game. Snake ramping up. You can see it's a lead of about 1,700 for Snake. Nothing at all to write home about. And that's a Thornmail now done for Flandre. My god, he's going to be difficult to duel now.
Yep, trying to slow down this Fiora as much as possible, so it means that responsibility and power will shift to Rookie's court.
I know he's going to build Guardian Angel as his last item, but I really, really want Abyssal Scepter with how it synergizes with Thornmail's magic damage. Just makes me really, really pleased. Definitely not going to be a thing, though, to those watching at home, because Flandre builds good items.
We couldn't see it, but he actually addressed the wide angle on the camera. He looked right down the barrel.
Had to. I was making a serious call, because I understood that everyone would have been disappointed. But you can see, once again, it is going to be Tank copying his build from the previous game. Actually got a much earlier Void Staff this time, but it is going to be the same thing once all's said and done, I think. Assuming he goes towards that Abyssal Scepter. Gold card lands onto Tank. Will have to ult himself. Does use the Zhonya's actually first off, as the ult might not need to come next. There it is. Of course, the Lamb's Respite has been used as well as the wave comes in for the disengage. Destiny comes in as Tank trying to get back to base. Flandre right in the back line here as the Destiny was used. Rookie's coming in from the top side, and Tank made it back to base.
He's got teleport. He's looking for the flank. Here he comes.
Yeah, there it is. Zatai, they're looking for him. Kid, very, very low. Tank, home guards away. But Zatai does have Riposte. Not exactly going to be the best target.
But the wave... Oh
god, Rookie has to respect.
The wave is set up for Snake so they can actually rotate bottom. Or to the Dragon. It is Ocean Drake versus, what, inner turret?
Well, teleport's going to be used here to get to the top side of the map. Snake now have to make a very quick decision as the Ocean Drake is going to be falling down very, very quickly. Who's going to be going back to base? Flandre is.
They have to kill them here.
Is in trouble. Kid's going to die. And Snake now looking for more. The back is going to continue coming in. Flandre did make it home as Twisted Fate's trying to take down that inhibitor turret. Martin very far up as Rain can't quite get into auto attack range. And it could be that Rookie could be in trouble here as Flandre right over the top. He's so tanky right now on this Echo. Level 18 to the level 16, and he's just stickier than you could possibly imagine. There's another gold card. Rookie's hitting them very nicely, but I have a feeling Flandre is going to be able to keep him busy for quite some time.
We talked about these compositions, how responsibility would fall to Rookie.
Oh, Zatai in a whole host of trouble. There's the Frozen Tomb! Zatai's going to fall! Martin able to get in with the arcane shift, as now this inhibitor turret is going to fall. Rookie way around. Flandre backing, as I'm not entirely sure what happened there towards the top side of the map. Inhibitor is going to fall though, and Snake, they strike first and they strike hard. However, Rookie is still going to be able to get the work done.
Because all Flandre is doing is he's catching the wave and he's deleting it. So Rookie is depleting his CS that he has available to continue with this push. They're making the conscious effort to say we're trading inhib for inhib.
Well, that is going to fall down, so top inhib for bot inhib, as Flandre did make it back home. And IG have pushed the rest of Snake out of their base. So a very even trade, but the kills continue to go in favor of Snake.
IG again trying to play around that TP window with the lower cooldown on Destiny. They make a very big gamble, responsibility on Rookie away from Zatai to kind of pick up that split pushing mantle, and Snake react beautifully. They do end up trading inhib for inhib, but a lot more kill gold and continued snowball on Snake's side.
And SOFM goes back, finishes off a Mercurial Scimitar. Same thing for Martin. That's a lot of gold now put into both of these AD carries, he says in inverted commas.
Big thing also is the fact that it's the Baron inhib versus the top inhib for Snake on IG. So as Snake set up for this Baron, they can continue to play with that pressure point of the super creep wave in bottom lane to force IG into a tricky decision, or they'll just burn it.
Yeah, Zatai's nowhere to be seen. This is a Baron buff easily for Snake. The Destiny came in, but they could not engage because there was no Fiora. It would have been a 4v5, and Snake just have the team fighting comp. So they grab themselves the Baron buff and now looking for even more pressure on this map. We'll see whether Flandre, with the help of the Baron minions, is going to be able to keep this top lane pushed out. And he doesn't have teleport available just yet. Martin grabs red buff. Now to grab some more items.
Snake continuing to define themselves as an elite team in the LPL based off of their decision making. Yes, they've shored up their ability to 5v5, kind of back to 2015 expectations. But what's been winning them this game is their ability to play around the map and to be where they need to be in high pressure situations.
And also, yeah, to make the right decisions as a team very quickly, which is so hard, especially when you've got a brand new jungler that's only been in for like 2 weeks. Martin's back. Of course, Crystal played for the first 2 weeks of the split, or at least the first week.
It effectively means that this is Snake's starting point, and that they should continue to develop and build that synergy together. Whereas IG, the only iteration on this roster is Tabe. And yes, Tabe's given them direction, but it took them so long to amass to this point. It just kind of means that Snake have a higher ceiling.
Yeah, well, they are going to be able to break open the base once again. It's the top lane as well, so the Super Creep's not going to be doing anything. His Kid taking so much damage from Martin, playing so aggressively. Right up in the faces of IG. They take another inhibitor. As Martin now just does not want to leave this base. He wants to kill everyone.
Using the empowered recalls and resetting their positions on the map, it's a single inhibitor between all three being down for Snake, and they're returning to their form that people thought Snake would be able to reach. They've constantly been just outside of a relevant talking point in the LPL. The dark horse, the guys to go down first in the playoffs, the guys that choke in the playoffs. Yeah. They've got this really good top laner, but there's really no one else there. And Snake starting to bite back.
Yeah, and they showed some signs of more intelligent play in the playoffs last time around. I believe it was against Invictus Gaming, in fact, where it was a 3-0 destruction. But very different story this time around. It is intelligent play from both teams. It's just Snake being better, honestly. You can't really say that IG haven't continued on their upward trend. It's just not as upward as Snake's.
Not as quickly.
Yeah. I think it's something to do with the, linear equation.
They haven't hit terminal velocity yet.
Yeah, Y, MX, something.
I think they have to be falling to do that.
Yeah. I feel like the geography situation was just not working out. As Zatai waiting for a flanking play. This is not what this team comp wants to do, but it might be an opportunity here for IG, but they're on the clock.
There's Zatai.
Yeah, has found SOFM, does have the ultimate available as throws it down. Collateral damage comes in. Not going to get that extra heal from the Lamb's Respite, but it means that IG have bought themselves some time as the Super Creeps crash on the bottom side of the map.
So they hold and stand strong on their final inhibitor. Good play from IG, particularly Zatai, and timing that collateral damage with Kid.
Well, it's going to be 20 seconds until the Elder Drake spawns in that Dragon Pit. Flandre continuing to try and shove things out. Wants to get himself a bit of leeway towards the top side.
Both teams posturing for this. IG need to be much more respectful of their bottom creep waves, so they need to push that out. Oh, never mind, they're inhib.
Yeah, well, there's still
That's massive.
still a super creep here, taking down that inhibitor one more time. Pretty scary stuff, as IG are looking at this Elder Dragon.
Tank and Flandre are both on base looking for the TP. There's one.
Yeah, Tank.
There's two.
Trying to find his way in. IG are all stacked up. Tank already in a pretty decent position. Decides not to go in on the claw as Rookie has been singled out here from Flandre. That they're just more than happy to deal with that one. Nice bubble comes down onto Kid as Martin right over the wall. And Kid taking so much damage. Good exhaust onto Rain. Is able to QSS his way out. Rookie still alive somehow, but Martin now in there. And the Zhonya's Hourglass ain't going to save you for long. Rookie's going to die as well. 3 for nothing as Snake are looking to pressure all the way forward. SOFM does have the ultimate once more available and is going to throw that one down as Grand Challenge. Not going to be enough here for IG. And Snake all about just taking down the rest of the base and possibly finishing the game.
And Invictus Gaming limp away after that fight. The fact that Tank didn't pull the trigger on a multi-ban Frozen Tomb, but instead fell back to his team to cover their flanks and allowed Flandre to be the successor in that team fight. That's what we want to see out of Snake. Communication, synergy, and cohesion in their 5v5.
Yeah, and it's no blood rushing to the head at all. I mean, it's all intelligent play. Nexus is going to fall down. Snake pick up the 2-0.